What up? What up, Jay? Oop, no, that's not it. Sorry, I'm going into my games. All right, all right, Jay. So, today going over a breakdown of your first sparring session. So just a disclaimer. I think I only saved it was, or we're only watching round four, I believe it is. All the rounds previous and the one round after. Just decided was like, you know what, those ones we'll leave out. Want to focus on the ones where I definitely saw the most activity as far as the drills we worked on, the concepts and how it really just kind of came out, which was great. um, the rounds previous, um, we already know there was always kind of like that initial thought coming in of like, I mean, if anything, kind of being a little harder on yourself as far as like make sure that you're remembering what to do, how to do it, and everything like that. You also have to remember, like, even though this is boxing, you do have to come from a place of fun and openness, if that makes sense. Like, whether a person's better than you or not, you want to come in with a mind of like, not necessarily, I don't want to say like winning, like a winning mentality. You're there to learn, and my job isn't to put you down. My job isn't to kill you in the ring. My job is to make sure that I find the openings and the mistakes that we need to work on, and we utilize this experience. That way we can become better at this. So without further ado, let's get into it. I mute most of my sparring sessions just because there's no reason for the sound. We just want to look at the work. Okay, so let me bring down the things a little too high probably. Second, there we go. Okay, back it up a little bit. Okay. So what I like first, step into your gate fours. Excellent. Went back into your gate threes. Love it. This was nice. I like this little combo right here. You were actually in a good position. Yep. So first you landed the double jab right hand. So what does that get me to do? Gets me to back up, right? I have to reassess. Right? You just made your exchange, I have to reassess. This position that you just went into here, right when I stepped into my gate three, is that you decided to attack. And now normally you would throw with the jab, and which what I was trying to prepare for, right? Which is what this position, because if you would have thrown the left hand, it would have ran into my right glove. That's what I was hoping for, right? But you surprised me. You actually threw your right hand. Now, in throwing your right hand, what do? I have to cover, and I cover with my right hand. And surprisingly enough, you throw your left hook would have got around my guard. So thank God I stepped into my gate too, because if not, that would have been a bad scenario. Two things that stick out to me. One, feet a little too high, really on the toes. Just because you're trying to lunge at it, make sure you stay down. That'll save you a couple inches. And then two, your right hand is down. And when I mean right hand is down, I don't mean like this is bad because a lot of people do keep their hand down when throwing the left hand. This isn't good in the sense of like when you drop it, gravity takes away from the left-handed punch. So think of it like if I'm here and then I drop this hand to throw this hand, all I'm doing is just creating a bad balance between my body to actually throw that left hook. So that if you would have kept it up, you could have added inches to that punch versus keeping it down where it kind of just dragged and it gave me time to step away or to lean back. So continuing. I had to remember to get back into the camera. Starting throwing that little flurry there. Oh my gosh, that was freaking beautiful. Let's watch that again. This was absolutely beautiful. So at this point, my job, what I was trying to do in this round was just to get you active. So, you saw a lot more of my hands down, doing things that I don't suggest doing, at least not at the start, only when you're comfortable. But I come in And so when I come back into my high guard here, all right, so going to a high guard, what I try to do is I try to trap your jab. Why? Because I want to take away your lead punch because that's the closest thing to me. So if I can take that away, I'm in a better position. Now, what do? Right? Is that you go into your gate two. Excellent. Going back, get some time, see what's going on. Beautiful. Now, what you decide to do here after I throw my jab, because now I want to throw my jab, not necessarily hard, but because I want to judge the distance here. You trap my jab hand here. This is absolutely amazing. Reached out to catch, or not catch, to trap. There's a difference between catching and trapping. Catching is close, trapping is a little farther. So you trap my lead hand, getting ready to throw that left hook. My only saving grace is just because of to be honest with you, reflexes. That's the only reason why I was probably able to get rid of that punch. The moment I felt you trap, my reflexes initially, boom, back up. That would have landed on anybody else. Or a lot of other people, I should say. That was good. That was excellent. So now, now that I'm noticing you're a lot more active with that right hand. The next thing I decide to do is to trap that right hand. So you'll see it here. I walk in, trap the right hand, and then I control and turn out. Now to kind of create a different angle, create a different space. Because now I'm aware. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm like, oh, he's using that right hand a lot more. So, which is good. Excellent work on Dr. Diane. Oh my gosh, that is straight out of the tire drill. So going around the tire, excellent. And what do you do here? Bang and throw your jab. That's literally the tire drill, bro. That's literally the tire drill. Excellent work on jabbing out that way. That was good. That was real good. Hmm. Yeah, big thing is just dropping your hands when you throw your punches. That's all it really is. Bro, this is crazy. I think this is where you got your hook off on me too. Oh, it sure was. Lord have mercy. So I'm gonna go over this one because this is probably the best one that I actually liked. Um, this shows progress. You probably didn't even realize you did this. So this is amazing. So instantly, I want you to notice that sorry, you are currently in orthodox, right? Left hand forward, left foot forward, right? After hitting out, you go into a southpaw. Now, the funny thing is, I didn't even catch it until it was too late. You started jabbing from the southpaw position, and as I'm trying to move in, I haven't even resonated that you changed your position, right? After I see it, right, I now try to address it as if you are a southpaw. So again, so you literally went orthodox and then changing the southpaw like just like that. So I'll show you again. You can see it, right? So you're here, you turn into you turn into southpaw and double jab from the southpaw position and then go right back into orthodox. Oh my gosh. And now that I'm trying to set up for the southpaw position, because again, your right foot was forward on this one, right? I could have been able to land that right hand. And so since you went back into orthodox, your left hand was able to protect you here. And not only that, you brought it over the top. The beauty of being able to change positions. So the only thing that happened on this one is that now I'm trying to throw my hook to try to get you to get centered with me. And this one you ran into because you're trying to push my hand and your head was down. You didn't see this coming because your head was down. There, Once you looked up, boom, you saw the hook. So I think you're talking about. So I think you were just taking out your mouthpiece for that one. So on this one here, what happened was just dropping hands and head went down. So you threw both your hands out, and I just happened to sneak my lead hand in. And since your eyes were down, I just changed my position and went into gate 6 and just pushed off with my right hand. Now, this is why I say it's crucial that you have to keep that head up. You have to be able to look, right? It buys you time to be able to see things. And the fact that you brought both hands out, right? That's something that we haven't done, drilled, or anything like that. So that's something that you really want to think about and consider, is that the moment you push your hands out, you leave yourself open for anything, right? And this is a full extension that we have here. And once you did that, your head goes down. You don't know where I'm at or where anything is. And so this is where it allows me to change my angle, right? And both hands are down. Just as insurance to make sure you couldn't get that right hand off, all I did was drop my arm here to make sure you couldn't go to the body and then turn out. So keeping the head up, keeping your hands up. And when I mean keeping hands up, I don't mean just guarding up here. I mean just making sure that you're not dropping your hands for the sake of trying to catch a person's punch. Yeah. So that even happened again right here. That. Right. If you are going to, so this would I would honestly be as a form of control. The only problem that I have with this is that you went straight out. Is that come from top, not coming from top to bottom. Because having two hands out isn't necessarily bad, but the problem with this one is just your positioning and how you allowed it to be. All right. So definitely want to change that up. This was nice. This would have been a good accompanied with a left hook as well. Changing, beautiful and changing. Oh my gosh, beautiful at changing levels. This would have been, yeah, coming up with the left to the body, and that's actually kind of scary. The fact is, I just did a form of control, so this is what it's supposed to look like, right? It's supposed to look like up top, and then you push down, right? This is what a control. So if you would have used your two hands and done this to me, this is what would have been tremendous. Just a couple seconds ago that we showed, right? I push because now I'm in a bad position, right? I missed my jab, but the only way I can get out of this is by controlling your head and turning you out. And so this is what I talk about as far as controls and being able to control your opponent. This is a prime example. I was trying to run you right into my right uppercut, but that was okay. So this happened again. Both hands going out. Me noticing. Catching the right hand up top. So a couple key takeaways. Really start focusing on being comfortable keeping your hands where they're at, right? If you are going to reach and try to catch somebody, make sure you understand distance. Because without distance, there's no way that you're going to be able to make that situation in your benefit, right? So that six gates, bro. I mean, I'm happy. Like the six gates were fine. Didn't see too much crossing the feet, if at all. The only thing I would say is just try to stay down on your feet more and don't try to come up so high. But other than that, man, solid work. Key points that I want you to work on again: keeping the hands up. If you are going to do a control, understand your distance. And what I mean by understanding distance, make sure that you're like stepping in with the control rather than just trying to control from where you're at. All right, and I guess let me make sure I show an example here. Right. So instead of stepping in, right, you're already initially trying to push and trying to control from where you're at. If you're trying to control an opponent, moving back with two hands like that. So notice how you went straight from the middle down instead of top to bottom. You want to go top to bottom because if you were able to control this hand with your right hand, you now have this as either you can throw or you can control my rear hand as well. But since you left them both out and I went over the top, now you're in danger. All right. So let's keep playing. All right, but that's all that I got for you, my man. Thank you so much for watching. Let's keep it going. All right, peace.